Hey guys, this is Inigo Pascual, and you're watching Arambulo Live.
Hi everyone, it's Nikki from Below Live, and today I am joined by the international superstar, Mr. Inigo Pascual. Hi, Inigo.
Hey guys, hi Nikki. Thank you for having me today.
Hi, thank you for being on the show. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm just excited for the release of my album, Options album, coming out this June 25. And I've been good. I've just been here in my condo, and we celebrated Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers. It was just Father's Day last it was Sunday.
Okay, right.
Yeah, so happy Father's Day to everyone.
Advanced congratulations to you on Options. I know that, releasing a piece of work that you poured your heart into is a big deal. So, congratulations on that.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
You've shared that it took 2 years, like this project was 2 years in
Mhm.
the making, right? So what made you decide that now was the perfect time to release it?
Well, first, I'm super excited, and happy that the team pushed for it, even if there was so much going on, the pandemic and all. And I'm just really happy that finally, after everything, we're finally able to release it. And it's an album that we really worked so hard for. And we've already released 5 tracks from the album, and I can't wait for everyone to hear the whole thing. And plus we have a carrier single, Neverland, coming out also on June 25 with a music video. Just can't wait. I'm excited to just be able to finally release a full album again. It's been so long since I released an album. I think the last time was 2016, so it's been some time.
Yeah, yeah. So if you can share with us, what is the meaning behind the title? Options?
Mhm. So options, we chose out the title options because first it was the first single off of this album, and um, we also thought that on the technical side, we literally had a lot of options for. First the first single, we had 3 different music videos, and I think several remixes, even for some of the songs. But away from that, the real meaning is, um, as a young man, as a young adult, I know a lot of people go through that situation wherein they have to make a lot of decisions, and they have a lot of options to consider. And even in life, I feel like I wanted each song to kind of represent, you know, those moments, wherein they feel like, um, I have to choose between these 2 options. And I want those songs to be a selection of those moments wherein they felt that option.
So the album is kind of like a narrative, right, of your
Mhm.
journey of self-discovery. What was one lesson that you learned while working on this project?
um there was a lot, but I guess one of the things that I learned throughout this whole process, one being it's going to be my biggest, release for an album in terms of reach, because we're promoting this globally. And one thing that I learned is, don't shortchange your destiny and your dreams. There's a lot of things that I was able to do that I never thought I would be able to do in my lifetime because of this album. We got to perform at Staples Center for Filipino night, with the Clippers. Got to do London Barry Fest. All these things that I used to just dream of as a kid, and we actually got airplayed on airtime on some of the radio stations in LA. So
Just
even
recently.
that was really cool. Just recently, yeah. And it was so timely also because I was actually in town. I was in LA, and we didn't have it planned out. I just went back for the vaccine, and I had to fix some papers as well.
Mhm.
And to hear it firsthand, and um experiencing that moment was so surreal. It was just such a crazy experience that I never thought I would actually be able to have in my lifetime. And one of the lessons that I learned is just be patient and don't be afraid to dream. Don't be afraid to have these like dreams in your head, because sometimes most when you put your heart and your effort, in your passion, and you mix it with your dreams, it would just turn into reality.
Yeah, absolutely. So I actually saw some teasers for the Neverland music video, which is the carrier track on the album, and it
Hmm.
looks very intriguing. I mean, you're in a suit, you're in the water. Um, But we won't be able to see it until the 25th. What did you want to convey through the music video? What was the vision for it?
Mhm. So we worked with a team that actually made the music video so cool with the concept that they gave me. I kind of wanted to make it seem like a dreamy state where it kind of doesn't make sense, but at the same time, it makes sense because of how weird it is. Kind of like how a toxic relationship is. How you want it to be perfect, you want it to be good, but then it's just not. You know, it's not doing anything good for you. Kind of like how Neverland is a place where, you know, as kids, in Peter Pan, we used to think of Neverland as a place where kids could just be kids, but they never grow up.
Mm-hmm.
Just like how a toxic relationship could be. You just want to stay there because of the feeling of being with each other, but you know it's not letting both of you guys grow
Mm-hmm.
as individuals.
Gosh, that's such
And we,
like the
yeah,
opposite of
yeah.
name, right? That's crazy. The album consists of a handful of collaborations with producers and songwriters from Manila all the way over here
Hmm.
to the US. And in the past, you've also teamed up with other artists like Common Kings, DJ Flicked, and talents under Tarsier Records. Who else is on your checklist as a dream collaboration?
Oh, there's a lot. I mean, locally, in the Philippines, um, I want to be able to collaborate with KZ Tandingan, Sam Concepcion, Tito Gary, Morissette. There's so many Darren. And of
Yeah.
course, you know, like my dad, Papa P. I'd love to collaborate with him on a song. That would be really cool. You know, and then internationally, I mean, there's Bruno Mars. And those things are, I mean, that would be a dream come true. That would be crazy. I also love how Olivia Rodrigo is very open, you know, I mean, very open about being Filipino. So if ever given a chance to work with her in the future, that would be wild.
Yeah, that would be really cool
Yeah.
since we're both songwriters as well. I'd love to see
Yeah.
the outcome of that. So speaking of Common Kings and DJ Flicked, like you talked about earlier, Danger. How did that collaboration come about, and what was the experience like?
Danger, honestly, is it's one of my personal favorites from the album. And to be able to work with such talented artists such as Common Kings and of course DJ Flick as well. Both are Grammy Award nominees. So I mean I'm honored to be able to say that I have a song with them, with both Common Kings and DJ Flick. When we recorded this, I was in LA just last December. And the music video is actually, if you watch the music video, it seems like we were in one place, but actually I filmed my part in the Philippines and they filmed their part in the States. And thanks, I mean, all thanks to technology that we're able to finally do things, you know, like this. But it also makes me miss those days where we were just able to, you know, get together, travel, and make a music video and not have to worry about quarantine or whatever. But you know, I'm hoping that very soon things will come back to normal, especially here in the Philippines. I know in the States it's kind of moving a little faster than how it is over here. And yeah, so hopefully I get to come back over there. And I miss doing live shows with, you know, a live audience.
I mean, that was my next question. Thank you for transitioning that into there. But can this album bring about a virtual concert, a live stage concert, maybe here, since it's a little better over here?
Yeah. So after the album release on June 25, we'll be announcing a lot more. We're not done. We don't stop here. And we've been preparing so much. And honestly, thanks so much to my team, my Tarshi Records family for just really always, you know, outdoing themselves. And it's just, you know, they never come out with they always come out with like these ideas for me. And honestly, I can't thank them enough for allowing me or giving me this opportunity to just showcase, you know, the music that we've made. And you know, it doesn't matter if we've been working on this for 2 years, but now we're ready and we can't wait to just share it with all of you guys. So please do stay tuned with my music. We have so much, you know, things that we're preparing for you guys. So after the release date, we have more for this album.
That's very, very exciting. So, I mean, I don't think the full track list is out yet, right? Like you said earlier, there's a few
Mhm.
tracks that people know about already. But I just wanted to know which song means the most to you. You don't have to share the title, but maybe just the story behind it.
So there's actually three tracks that I composed fully in this album, and I feel like those three songs would have to be the songs that kind of are more personal to me, only because I worked on it more than, you know, the other tracks. I helped co-write some of the stuff on the album, but those three songs, I think I already had them written down before I started working on the album, and we just developed it. And also thanks to my producer Chris Moose, who's just so talented, and he already knows like what sound I want with each demo track that I or each demo audio that I sent him. He's like, I would literally just tell him, I want this, I want this, I want to have this vibe. And he gives me like the most perfect track that I could ask for.
Reads your mind.
And yeah, he can, honestly, that's what it feels like. Like if I had like producing capabilities, it would be like what he would be doing. And hopefully one day I actually learn to produce as well. But yeah, those three songs, we have Catching Feelings, Lost, and Ride. Uh, at the moment right now, I feel like my state or where I'm at is Ride, only because there's so much going on, and I'm just happy. I'm grateful that finally we're able to release this album that we've been working so hard on. And Ride, it just talks about not really worrying and just being in the moment and just being on that ride. And I've always said before, like one of my quotes was "Ride the waves," and I've always loved doing that. And I mean, we had to be on pause for some time because of the pandemic, but now I'm ready to ride the waves again. So yeah.
Awesome. So, Inigo, I feel like you're one of the few artists in the industry that's been able to touch on different genres of music, and you've been able to do that successfully and execute that successfully.
Thank
Is
you.
there another genre that you'd like to try that you haven't yet? Something like just completely different than what you've done?
I guess one genre that I would honestly love like to explore even more is well, of course, jazz.
Ooh,
I'd
yeah.
love to do something kind of jazzy if ever I get a chance to work with Ate Casey Tandingan.
Mhm.
Super talented. And honestly, like I want to try like rapping. I mean,
That
I'm
would
not
be
a rapper
cool.
or
That would be
anything,
cool.
but like when I saw Easy Mill, I was like, why don't I like not? Why don't I try,
Mhm.
rapping on some of my tracks? And I actually tried also. I mean, I wrote a song. I wrote Joel's, one of my friends. I wrote his first single, and I remember when I wrote it down, I was trying to like have that rapper vibe, like the Tagalog rap. But honestly, it's still a work in progress.
That song is very, very good. So, and it came out
Thank
really
you so
well.
much. Thank you. I
So,
appreciate it.
Dahil Soyo is, of course, your big hit, and it's undoubtedly like one of the most popular songs. Every time I go to a party, I never fail to hear it. I mean, pre-pandemic, but with the success of that song, did you feel any pressure to release more
Mhm.
music afterwards?
Definitely. Right after the album, my first album with Dahil, I honestly didn't know where I was gonna go musically. I didn't know what kind of music I should be releasing. I remember at the time, when I started working on Options the album, I was working for a local album, Filipino album full of Tagalog tracks. But I was given this opportunity to record in the States to work with Harv. The first two songs we recorded was with Harv, which is the producer of Peaches by Justin Bieber. And I could not pass on the opportunity to um, do that project. And at that time, I don't think we even have anything prepared. Like it was so sudden when things happened for this album. And I'm glad, that I chose to do it. It's an opportunity that I've always wished for, to be able to have an album that kind of bridges, two worlds. And I'm able to show my side that, I grew up in the States. I'm able to sing English songs, but at the same time, sticking to my roots and still calling it OPM and keeping that island sound. And for me, I feel like I could say that I found my sound through this album.
And it's a very mature sound too. So,
Yeah.
you can really see the growth of
Yeah.
you in your music as a person as well. So that's really awesome.
Thank you.
You're obviously blessed with the talent in music, but you're also a good actor. I mean, we can't forget your role in Crazy Beautiful You.
I was that annoying brother
It was
that
so
everyone just
good.
hated.
It was so good. But do you have any plans to be back on the screen
Mhm.
again?
If given the chance, I would love to act again. If given, the right role and character, I'm, not closing my doors. Um, I mean, music is my priority, but I honestly love, I love it when people tell me like, "Oh, I saw you in this movie," "Oh, I saw your movie." So if given the chance, why not? I would definitely love to go back to acting again.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So lastly, just to wrap up the interview, do you have a message for your fans and all of your supporters?
Well, of course, I just want to thank you guys so much for supporting and being patient. Especially with my music. It's been 2 years since we started working on this album, and it's been a long time. 2016 was the last time I released a full album. So thank you guys so much for waiting, for being so patient with me. And I hope that everyone's just staying safe. And I can't wait for you guys to finally hear the full album coming out on June 25 with my career single Neverland, of course, with a music video as well. So I hope that you guys do watch out for that. And of course, thank you so much, Nikki, for having me here today. And I hope to be able to come back again soon,
Yeah.
and bring you guys more music. And thank you so much for the love and support.
Thank you, Inigo. I know you have a very busy schedule these days, so for you to take the time out really means a lot. And hopefully when you're back here in LA, we can meet. I know you're from Glendale, right?
Yeah, I grew up in
Me too.
Glendale.
Well, I'm from Eagle Rock, which is like neighbors, I guess.
Filipino town.
Filipino
It's like
town.
it's like super Filipino.
Oh yeah, you know already. There's like a mall with Seafood City. It's like,
Yeah,
so when I go to the Philippines,
Jollibee.
same, exactly, exactly. So hopefully when you're back here, we can meet in person.
Hopefully, yeah.
But again,
Thank you so much.
congratulations. And yeah, thank you so
Thank you.
much for your time.
Thank you. Have a good day. Thank you.